I was gonna make my bed and clean up my room, but then I realized I don't clean the pet room for every single video, so why would I clean my room? I'm not trying to put on like this false image of perfection because I am so far from perfect. I'm literally wearing this sweater and I didn't even bother to put on jeans because jeans are torturous. Also, I do have Geico here today, which if you've seen my last assumptions video, it's a pretty big accomplishment that he's here. Thank my sister, because she is like a savage when getting him out, because I'm terrified and she just like goes in there and grabs him while he's like attacking her. It was pretty epic. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about like my most requested video, which is just tips for small YouTubers. I was worried that the camera angle was off, so I went and checked, and it was actually really good. But now I've probably changed positions, and now I bet the camera angle is off, knowing my luck. I have gum. That's so annoying. I'm gonna spit it out. In today's video, especially with the new year coming up, I wanted to share my tips to help grow a small pet tube channel. I feel like when it comes for tips for growing on YouTube, most people don't really want to share their secrets. I feel like people are always saying that YouTube should be done as a passion and a hobby, and you shouldn't really be looking to make money from it. I completely agree, and I think if your idea is to get rich fast, YouTube is definitely not the way to do it. You could probably make way more money working at McDonald's than you can editing videos. However, if you are just wanting to make a little bit of extra money on the side, I think that's absolutely amazing, especially as pet tubers, because most of our money goes back to the animals. So if I can give you some tips to get monetized and give your rabbits a couple extra treats every month, I'm totally gonna do it. Before we get into the tips, just a brief overview on how to actually make money on YouTube. YouTube is part of Google, and Google plays ads. We as YouTubers make money from Google AdSense. So if you ever clicked on a YouTube video and you see ads before the video or during the video, advertisers are actually paying money to Google to have their ads play on those videos. And because you're the content creator and you're the one who made the video, you get a small portion of that ad money, which is what is called AdSense. Now, before YouTube will monetize you, there's a couple requirements because they want to make sure that the channels that are monetized are actually bringing in enough money, not just like 10 cents or 13 cents. To get monetized as of 2020, or 2021, since we're literally like a few days away. To get monetized as of right now, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 watch hours. Once you meet these requirements, YouTube will check over your channel, make sure you meet the requirements for monetization, and then you can start getting ads and start making money. How much money you make varies greatly. It all depends on how long your video is, how many mid-roll ads you have, and what type of ads people are actually staying and watching through. If you ever have a favorite pet tuber or content creator and you want to help them, one of the best things you can do is watch through the entire ad without skipping. There's also some things you can do as a creator to make your videos more profitable, like putting ads in specific places or having ad breaks or something like that. Even though there's tons of things that you can do to make more money from YouTube and maximize your income, today I'm just going to be talking about tips to help you grow as a small creator and even reach the threshold for monetization. Maybe in the future I can talk about how to make the most out of your YouTube money, but I'm honestly not making very much and I have zero tips in that, so I'm not going to preach on something I have no idea about. My first tip for small creators is to find other small pet channels. A lot of the times, these smaller pet channels are going to be your biggest supporter because they know how hard it is to run a small pet channel. I think a lot of times I see smaller creators trying to get noticed on really big YouTube channels, and they have hundreds of thousands of people commenting on every single video, and you're just going to be lost and you're kind of just another number to them. I think it's really important that as small creators, we kind of band together and have our own community. I always try to support every single one of you guys and watch and comment and like on all of your videos because it helps everyone grow. Another tip is that sometimes the videos the big YouTubers make that get a lot of views, we as small pet creators can't make them. I think one of the smartest things you can do to grow your channel is to find another smaller pet creator who's similar to yours. And what you're going to want to do is normally the videos are default sorted by newest to oldest. Instead, sort it by most popular. On my channel, my most popular videos are any pet tuber reaction type videos. My personal videos also tend to do surprisingly well, which is pretty flattering. I'm not saying to copy exactly what other people are doing, but I think it's a great source of inspiration. Like if someone's doing cage tours and those videos are doing really well, you might want to try to do one on your own and add your own twist. I also think collabing is a great way to grow your audience because when you're a small creator, YouTube doesn't really care to promote your channel. Because they're not really making money off of your videos, they would rather promote a really big creator. So your videos aren't going to be in people's suggested feeds. Because YouTube isn't going to be helping people find your channel, you kind of have to do all the busy work yourself. I think networking with other small channels and doing collabs is great because you guys can interchange audiences, so people that maybe didn't know about your channel can find it and vice versa. Also, advertising all your videos on different platforms like Instagram, like Facebook, telling your friends at school, all of that is going to help get your channel found. At the end of the day, YouTube is a business, and if a lot of people are watching your videos, YouTube is going to try to push those videos so more people find them. At the end of the day, YouTube is a business, and if a lot of people are watching your videos, YouTube is going to promote those videos because YouTube wants people to be addicted to YouTube for as long as possible. My second tip is to find your niche. Even though PetTube in general feels like such a small thing that no one knows about, it's actually a pretty big community and there's a lot of us out there. There's a lot of people like Brian Barczyk, who does daily vlogs focused around reptiles, Tyler Ruggie, Maddie Smith, Taylor Nicole Dean. They all kind of do a variety of like exotic animals type care, and there's channels like Lennon the Bunny or 101 Rabbits who specialize in a specific species. So PetTube in the grand scheme of things is actually pretty broad, and you need to find out where you can stand out. Don't get me wrong, always make content that's interesting to you and stuff that you're passionate about. I always say this, but PetTube is so much bigger than people, feelings, and money, because at the end of the day, it's about the animals. And if there's a video you really want to make that you think could benefit even just one animal out there, it's definitely worth making. However, something to keep in mind is something like a rabbit care video. There's thousands of rabbit care videos already. And is someone more likely to watch your video or maybe 101 Rabbits video who already has a ton of views and already has a ton of subscribers? Also, I hate to be harsh, but 101 Rabbits video is probably better because she has a nicer camera, she has better lighting, she has so much more experience. So if you're making content the exact same as someone else, someone's going to be doing it better than you. And I think this is just something to accept, especially when you're starting off on YouTube. There's a huge learning curve. Even going back to some of my older videos, even like a month ago, I'm like, oh, what were you thinking? So I think there's definitely tips and tricks that you learn. But if you're making really unique videos that there isn't any competition for, then people are default going to be watching your videos. My third tip is to decide where you fit. I know when you're a small channel, it kind of feels like you want to do everything to get your name out there. But the fact is, you're just going to be confusing your subscribers. If someone subscribes to you, they want to know exactly what they're subscribing for. If you're doing a vlog one week, a cooking video the next week, and then a rabbit care video the next week, they're going to be confused. I think when you're starting out, it's really helpful to choose one very specific category and kind of work it to death because it helps people identify easily who you are. I think some main popular categories I see in the PetTube communities is you have people who just have a lot of animals and they do a lot of daily care and daily feeding routines, which tend to do really well. You also have people that are very specialized in one species and they provide a lot of in-depth care. You also don't just have to fit into an existing category. You can easily make your own category and pave your way in the PetTube world. I'm just saying, when you're starting out, it really helps to specialize and focus on one type of content. With that, I think the fourth thing that is so important is thumbnails. I actually see a lot of your smaller channels, and some of you guys aren't putting thumbnails. What the heck? For those of you that don't know, a thumbnail is a little image that you see before you click on a video. Let me know if you want a more in-depth video on how I make my thumbnails, but I just use this free editor called PicMonkey, and then I screenshot the images because I don't want to pay to have to download them. That's just what I use to create my thumbnails. Having a thumbnail makes your channel look so much more professional, but also it really increases the likelihood of people actually watching your video. We're in a very digital age, and when you're scrolling through YouTube, you're seeing thousands and thousands of videos every single day. It's important that you make a thumbnail that stands out and intrigues people to watch. I think some really good tips are not to have too many words on there because at that point they would just read the title. Also, having bright colors to help it stand out I think is really great. And I think if you can kind of focus on a theme for your channel, that's really going to help people to know that that's your video. Again, when you're a small channel, YouTube is not doing a ton to promote your videos. So if a subscriber comes across your video and they don't click it, YouTube is going to think, why did I recommend this video when I should have recommended something that this person is actually going to click? A lot of the times, you might have subscribers that want to watch your videos, but they come across the video and they don't even realize it's yours, so they just skip right past it. For example, in all of Lennon the Bunny's videos, Lorelai always has either a picture of herself or one of Lennon, so that way when people see it, they know, oh, that's Lennon, oh, that's Lorelai, and they know exactly whose channel it belongs to. I also find that as smaller channels, we have to be a little bit more creative about our thumbnails. For example, I'll watch any Lennon the Bunny video, regardless of what the thumbnail is, because I love her channel and she's set that type of precedent for herself. But when you're a smaller channel, someone has zero obligation to like you. So if your thumbnail is boring, they might not even click on the video, which would suck because you might have some really important things to say. So just make sure that you're actually adding thumbnails and spending time. My fifth tip is to read and understand your analytics. You'd be surprised how many people don't know about YouTube Studio. This is the place that collects all of the data regarding how well your YouTube videos are doing. Some of the information available is how many views you're getting every 48 hours, how many new subscribers you're getting every month, how your video is performing compared to your last 10 videos. Tips like that are super helpful. Also, just being conscious of your own content. Like maybe you tried a new type of thumbnail and that video is performing way better than all your other videos. You might want to keep doing that thumbnail style. Maybe you're noticing that all of your videos under 5 minutes are getting so many more views than your longer videos. Things like that, just taking time to be conscious of the analytics and staying aware, I think is super helpful in helping you streamline your channel and growing it quickly. My sixth tip is to interact with your audience. One of my favorite reasons that I love small pet channels is because everything is so personal, but I feel like I see a lot of smaller pet channels who either just aren't responding to comments or when they do, it's very impersonal. I think it's really important that you're doing your best to try to remember who your subscribers are and try to answer every single comment. For one, it increases the number of comments on your video, but also it helps people to feel like they're part of a community. And especially if you have some really important messages that you're trying to get out in your videos, it really helps to actually have a connection with the people that you're talking to, and it's going to make them more likely to listen. Also, these people are going to be your loyal fans even as you grow as a bigger channel, so make sure you're nice to them and treat them with respect. My very last clip is to not include too many personal videos. Now, don't get me wrong, I know tons of you guys are always requesting for me to make more Q&As and more personal videos, but at the end of the day, the majority of the people are just here for your animals. If you have a very small number of subscribers, maybe your subscribers really want to see a Q&A and really care a lot about you. But for the rest of the world, you're just one person in a huge pool of YouTubers, and they're not going to click on your Q&As. I noticed that my personal videos do well initially because my subscribers are really excited to watch them, but after a while, they kind of plateau because no one other than the subscribers are going to watch. So I think it's important to find a balance, but especially when you're starting out, I don't think personal videos are the best way to grow your channel. Along with that, I see a lot of people including tons of bloopers and all these elaborate stories in their video. Again, people don't really care. For example, if you're doing a video on what type of hay to feed your rabbits, and the first 20 minutes is you just goofing off and being silly, even though a larger content creator can get away with this, maybe someone else who just clicked on the video for the information, they're going to be bored and they're not just going to care. Also, I see a lot of pet tubers trying to do pet updates in every single video, and I think these are super helpful, but I think it gears better towards the end of the video. And when you do it, you kind of want to remember and keep in mind that a lot of the people watching this might not be someone who already knows what's going on. It's also important to remember that when you're a smaller channel, not everyone is watching every single one of your videos. If you're trying to do updates on your animals, for one, not that many people might care initially, and two, make sure that you're actually giving a thorough background. I see a lot of small pet tubers sometimes just skip past the updates because they assume everyone's seen their past videos, or they even recommend you to go back and watch it. And for the most part, people are going to get lazy and not actually do this. I think when you're a smaller channel, it's really best to keep your content short and concise, and you don't want to add too many bloopers in. I know it sucks because I love all of you guys and I want to get to know you, and I know you guys love when I leave the bloopers in. It's just a trend that I've noticed in my videos. Take it or leave it as you will. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed those 7 tips. These are definitely not requirements for you to do. And to be honest, I don't even follow all of these. At the end of the day, YouTube is just for fun. And I know you guys are all here because you love your animals. If any of these tips work to help you grow your pet channel, please let me know. Also, if you have a small pet channel, be sure to leave it down below. And me and this amazing community are going to check it out and give you tons of love and support. I promise at the end of the day, we're all here to uplift each other. YouTube is not exclusive. There's enough room for all of us. So join the community. If you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, here's your sign. Go do it. It's really fun. I think the people you'll meet is absolutely incredible. I love each and every one of you. So thank you for watching. Bye, guys.